And now it's time for Getting Real Cleveland. And I am your host. That's right, the host with the most. We are back. Doug Duke here, aka the Supreme greatest influencer in the world. I'm here with Mr. Cleveland Film. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Doing great, Doug. Just got back from seeing myself on the big screen at the Capitol Theater for the 48-hour film competition. So it's kind of weird to see myself on the screen, but it's kind of bittersweet because the Capitol Theater is going from Cleveland Cinemas to now this other management company at the end of the week. So it's the last time that I will see it under the umbrella of the Cleveland Cinemas.
Oh,
So
wow. I
yeah.
did not know that. Well, that's cool. I'm glad. That sounds fun. Look at you. Um, yeah, 48-hour film fest. That's great. Well, today we got a multi-banger. I watched a handful of things this weekend, so we're gonna be doing the Dink, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Tenet, which is probably what we'll talk about most, and then both of us last night, my second time, Mr. Cleveland Film's first time, saw Her Private Hell. Um, and I don't know, maybe some stuff that you got into over the
Oh
weekend as
yeah, yeah. I'll talk a little bit about a little Camp Blood Christmas.
well. Ooh, nice. All right. Yeah, so well, the first thing I watched over the weekend, I think on Friday, was The Dink, which what oh shit, who directed that? Josh fuck. Well,
The Green Bomb or something like that, right?
he
Or
did
something bomb.
yeah, he did Barb and Star Go to
Ah,
Visit
I love that
Them,
movie.
which is phenomenal.
Yes,
And
hilarious.
he also did Will and Harper, the documentary with Will and yeah,
Oh
and
yeah, that
Harper.
was oh heck, yeah,
That's really
he's
good.
amassed some good
Yeah,
some
yeah.
couple good films for himself.
Greenbaum. Yeah, Josh Greenbaum. Um, it was it wasn't anything extraordinarily like, but just like a sports comedy. Jake Johnson led it, so that's never just, you want to watch Jake Johnson kind of do his Jake Johnson thing. It's really funny. I recommend that. It's
Yeah,
easy breezy. I had a great time. Again, like I probably ended up giving it like a 3, maybe something like that, but
sure.
surely enjoyable though, and Mary Steenburgen, I thought like kind of stole the movie, honestly, and Ed Harris is in it as well, which is like I was like, what the fuck? Ed Harris is in this movie, which is cool. But yeah, he's just like really stern. Uh, and then I remember when they announced it, it was like Ben Stiller was attached, but he really just has a really small part. He's like his doctor, so there's a couple really funny, they're funny scenes. Same kind of goes with Patton Oswald's in it. There's some little stuff with Patton Oswald. And then like his like buddy in the movie, it was this dude, I think his name was Aaron Chen, his real name. Dude, that guy was kind of like the real standout because I don't really know, I've never really seen him in anything, and that dude was really fucking funny.
That's awesome. No, the cast alone just sells it, and Jake Johnson almost seems like a underutilized talent. You know, I know he had that run on New Girl, but and the what's that? Let's Be Cops or something or
Yeah, let's be cops.
oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I actually didn't see that when it came out. I was like, whatever. And then like my cousin, even like shit, 4 or 5 years ago now, he was like, he said this to me before. He's like, "Have you seen Let's Be Cops?" I was like, "I guess I should really watch Let's Be Cops." And sure enough, dude, I watched it, laughed my ass off, and I like found it at like the exchange or something for like a few bucks. So I own it. It's right in here.
Yeah.
It was really funny. And I texted you on my way home from LA. I'm literally like in line with Jake Johnson at Starbucks, and like, this is just like a few days before this movie like premiered. And I was like so mad. I usually say hi to people. I have kind of no problem, and I'm probably bothering them, but for the most part, it's like in and out, and
Yeah.
I feel like it goes well, but that's
Right,
just
right.
that's on my end, so I don't know. And I just didn't do it, and then now I'm like really mad I didn't because I'm sure he's like super approachable and nice, and I literally would have brought up the Dink, and like in my head too, I was like, what am I gonna even say? But I would have brought up like Swanberg shit, and I really love Win It All. I think that movie's really
Yeah.
awesome. That's a really, really good movie. I think he's phenomenal in that. But then I would have said like you and Damon Wayans Jr. need to do something because Let's Be Cops.
Yeah.
Even if they had such a I'm sure that was like, something for them. I don't know if it like worked out the way they wanted, maybe. I'm not really sure. But and sure enough, man, like handful of days later, my buddy Styles sends me they're like doing him and Damon are doing like a cable guy inspired like a TV show or something.
Oh my God, that's
I
awesome.
know. And I'm like, God damn, if I would have said hi, I probably could have got all this information.
I mean, you do have the gift of I know many people have told you this. You have the gift of gab, and I'm sure like you would have just like went over there and you guys probably would have been best buds. I don't know. You
Yeah,
have
I
a
mean,
gift, my friend.
I I mean, for the most part, anytime I've ever done that, I don't really feel like I've ever been like, guys, like, okay, like enough, like leave me alone.
Yeah.
I also try not to overstay like I get it, because then I put myself in the shoes too. If I'm at the fucking airport, it's probably like, yeah, leave me the fuck alone. So, but anyway, the Dink's worth watching if it's easy breezy, good time.
And
And
that's
then I,
on Apple, you
oh
said?
right, yeah, Apple TV.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Easy one. And it's
Yeah.
probably hour 30, hour 40 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all. And
Yeah.
sports, I mean, now I did listen to one review of it. Is Mary Steenburgen his love interest in the film?
There's an angle.
Okay, okay.
There's an
But we don't
angle.
want to
Like,
spoil it. Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of, yeah, it's funny. It's actually really funny. Um, but yeah, again, same like he's just like kind of like a washed up old tennis pro, and he has this whole thing with Andy Roddick. Oh, that's actually good. I'm glad I didn't move on yet. And the Andy Roddick stuff, like Andy Roddick's in it, and like he's actually very game and like fucking around and like
Sure,
kind of
sure.
being like a version of himself, and it works. Like that shit's pretty funny. Again, just a sports comedy, nothing monumental, but hey, man, if you want to have some good laughs and you like Jake Johnson and I mean, there's like a lot of people in this movie. I think you will enjoy it. But then I watched finally. I don't know if you've seen this yet, or the Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Oh no, see, that is one I was trying my damnedest to get to the theater, and it was one that, I should have I almost so like I almost never do this, but I've gone to a couple of those Regal mystery movies or Cinemark mystery movies, and
Yeah.
one week it was that. And it was actually like the week I was like, you know what? I think I might go because it was in the dead of winter and there's like, it's like when you have the opportunity and when my wife gives me like the you should go see a movie, get out of here kind of, and I didn't go. And then like a week later, it was down to like maybe two showings a day, one like really early or one really late, and it's kind of a long film. So I just didn't make it. I know it's on Hulu now, and I will watch it because I do like Gore Verbinski quite a bit. Save for his previous movie, which oh boy. But
What was his one
it was
before? Because
called A Cure for Wellness.
oh, okay, that was his last. Because like he took like a one of those like 10-year breaks too or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
it looked beautiful, but man,
yeah.
I just thought it was a slog to get
I
through.
didn't.
But
Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah,
please forgive
I'm
me,
not
Gore.
huge.
I do like
Yeah,
uh,
I'm not really like huge in his like filmography. I remember kind of going through it. I'm like, well, I remember really liking The Weatherman.
oh God, I love the Weatherman.
Yeah, The Weatherman, I remember being really good. Great Nick Cage and Michael Caine too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I don't know. This is a side tangent, but I was with some of my friends, from high school, and we just, every now and then we try, like once a month, we try to meet for breakfast, on a Saturday or something. And that movie came up for some reason, and we were talking about there are these really hilarious cutaways in that movie. So like there's a part where like I think his daughter in the film, she's kind of awkward and she has like this really bad camel toe, and there are these like cutaways where like Nick Cage's character is just like envisioning all these like
I
camel
I
toes,
remember
and
this now. It's because
and
it's been a while.
we
I
just
remember
started
that.
laughing about it. Like, and like the funny thing, like afterwards I was just thinking about it, it was like, who the fuck would have thought the weather, like obscure movie like The Weatherman, would become like such a entertaining point of conversation at breakfast. But anyway,
I know. I remember finally seeing that at some point, not far after it came out. I was like, this was really fucking good.
yeah.
But yeah, anyway, back to the good luck, have fun, don't die. Yeah, I saw all the mixed stuff kind of when it came out.
Mhm.
Like, a buddy that I trust, John, who went to like one
Oh
of
yeah,
our,
great guy.
so like, yeah, yeah, and Heidecker. But he loved it. I remember when because he went and saw it, and I mean, dude, here's my only issue with it. It's the way it starts is phenomenal. Like it
Yeah,
just comes in hot, and everything he ends up saying about like it's kind of like what you saw in the trailer, probably like he like goes into norms, which is really funny.
sure.
I guess that's more of a LA thing, but it's just a diner, like a fucking Denny's or whatever, but anyway, he goes into the norms, and obviously he looks homeless, and he's like saying like the world's gonna end, and then just kind of everything that he's saying is just very interesting, and you're like, oh shit, like man, this movie's gonna like tackle all this stuff. And like, I mean, it does, but I just feel like it sounded like whatever, like everything that happens in that opening scene, you're just like, ooh, like my mind was racing. And then it's just
Yeah.
like a completely different movie. And then they kind of like jump to because there's other characters, they jump to like this Juno Temple story, they jump to
Mm, mm.
Michael Pena and Beats. I probably said her name wrong, but she's awesome. I love her. She was in Atlanta with Donald
Oh
Glover.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. Um, so and then this I forget her name, but she plays like the princess in the movie. So it kind of like, like it catches up, and then we jump back to like what they do like kind of right before they're getting to the diner, or like the day before, something like that. Kind of just catches you up to their story. And like so you're like jumping back, and then you're coming back in the present time with Sam. But it was good, man. Like I was like, it's fucking insane. It's wild. It's like totally worth it. Like I mean, I understand if people jump jump off and don't get it, because oh boy, we're gonna get to that when we talk about her private hell. So um but in a different way, but also like that same kind of thing. Like you're either in or you're out, I think, kind of thing. Like is this too much for you? Whatever. No, it was pretty good. You should definitely check it out. That's why I watched it on Hulu. That's why,
Oh
right?
yeah.
I got nothing physical to show today. Oh shit, I forgot to grab my second Her Private Hell ticket, but whatever.
Well,
Um,
I do say like I love Sam Rockwell.
he's
I think he is
phenomenal.
one of our best actors. I cannot wait for Wild Horse 9. I think that
Yes.
I'm hoping like that movie is going to be I mean, I don't know. I mean, sight unseen. I mean, to me it feels like it's going to be like one of the best films of the year, I hope. Just
I
because
mean, McDonough does that. Martin
yeah.
McDonough,
No.
he's just great.
Yeah.
And specifically the last one, it probably ends up being my favorite now. The Banshees of Inisherin
Oh my
is
God, yes. No,
fucking
that movie was
masterpiece, man. That
so
movie's
good.
incredible. Yeah.
But
Um,
Rockwell, yeah, I mean, he just has such a likable quality. Anything that he does, I mean, even bad movies, or I mean, he's not really in that many bad films, I would say, but like he can elevate any material to just,
oh yeah.
probably. And I'm guessing, I mean, he's just someone like if he sees something on the page, he just has this natural everyman quality that just really makes it super likable. So. Boy, yeah, I definitely that is one I need to really cross off this list, for 2026 for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely put it on my list of like, I think I'm at like I might be at like 46 movies I've already liked this year. I
That's
mean,
great.
some of those might be some like comedy specials too or whatever, but whatever. I've like 46 things so far that I can log in Letterbox, which is great. We're just like over the halfway mark. We might cross 80 something this year. Who knows?
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. But no, yeah, and if you love Rockwell, you got to see it because he's fucking fantastic in this movie. And just like everything, just to jump on everything you're saying, he's also just absolutely fucking hysterical. That guy is so
Yes.
funny. So we're saying like he's not, in bad stuff or what people might consider bad. I happen to like, and I'm pretty sure it's in this Blu-ray thing. I like The Sitter, the Jonah Hill like
Oh,
babysitter movie,
yes,
which is just
yeah.
like 80 minutes, like, just fun, stupid shit. And Rockwell's kind of like the villain in that. He's fucking hilarious in that movie. But anyway, yeah, Sam Rockwell, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. He's phenomenal in pretty much
Yes.
anything he's in. But yeah, obviously worth a watch and really, honestly, really solid, really out there, really crazy. And I thought the ending was actually really great. That was a great ending. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and then, fuck, man, since we just had our Odyssey episode, and obviously I'm going, okay. I definitely want to go back. And I said this in the episode. I got to go back. It's time to rewatch Tenet.
Tenant. Yeah.
And I brought this up in the last episode, like not the ideal experience I had the first time. Drive-in, it's 2020, September 2020, whatever it was in September 2020. We're all fucking insane. We're all fucking probably fucking wasted. Um, and I mean, we were having drinks in the car watching that. And we had this little radio. I remember because we went a few times before it. At one point, because like Kelsey's car, you couldn't like shut the lights off. All these new cars. It's like I was like,
Oh
what the hell
yeah.
do you do at drive-ins now where you can't like kind of use your car radio, which sucks because that's going to be the best sound. And then so
Right.
like we
Right.
literally had to get jumped the one time we went for I don't know maybe it was the when we went for a league of their own or something. And so we're like, all right, we're gonna bring this radio this time. We brought this shitty little radio we bought, like, and it was awful. So like that didn't help. That is not the experience you want with a film like Tenet. So I think we just kind of checked out immediately and whatever it was, and we just didn't care. And man, when I rewatched Tenet the other night, I was like, what the fuck? And especially because we brought up Jennifer Lame, like that's another thing about this decade of Nolan, and I
Nolan.
think we
Yeah.
we we touched upon it in the Odyssey episode. Like she has clearly unlocked his code. Like everything he's been chasing his entire career and the way he tells his stories, like once he's gotten her now, but and she didn't do Dunkirk, but Dunkirk's perfect too, and like the editing
Yes.
and that, and which you also brought up the Odyssey episode. But what she is such a secret weapon for him now, and she just like completely definitely understands him, or they understand each other. Obviously they work so well together, like because everything he's been chasing, and like and my buddy Styles, who you're gonna meet soon on our next episode, we've been talking about it, and it is just like I mean, everything's there in Memento, like, like what he's doing now, and especially all the time stuff and the way he just like kind of goes back and forth in his stories and just kind of jumps in the narrative. Like whatever she's been doing with him this decade, man, is
Hmm.
absolutely incredible. And it starts with Tenet, and Tenet is like I don't know, man. Like I bought it, dude. I literally bought it. It's coming. It'll be here in like a day or two. Like I got the 4K. That's
Yeah.
how much I was like, holy shit. I was like you said in the last episode, like certifiable genius. He really like to even think of Tenet, and even if like I don't wholly even understand how all the mechanics work of like what's happening, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Again, that was only my second time watching it. First time loved it.
Yeah.
First time loving it. But just to even think of that movie, like, I mean, like, do you even think half the actors like understood like what he's talking about?
I'm gonna
Because
guarantee no.
yeah, exactly. And it didn't
uh,
matter, man. And then also at the end of the day, it's his spy Bond movie,
yeah.
and it's so fucking good in that sense too of him doing this spy thriller. I mean, fuck, man, like like obviously Cruise has been doing so many Mission Impossibles, and then you see something like this too, and and I've heard some people like they're like, oh, it's the only Nolan I don't like, which like obviously I kind of understood that 6 years ago, but again they also said some feedback from a friend of mine was like he doesn't like John David Washington, thinks he's an awful actor, I guess. I thought he was fucking awesome. I think he's awesome in Tenet, and
Yeah.
I loved him in Black Klansman too. So like, I like him. I think he's
Yeah.
good.
I could definitely see like John David Washington does seem uh like and I liked him even in that movie that he did with Zendaya that was on I think it was from the guy who made
Oh,
Euphoria.
Sam Levinson's movie.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
Malcolm and Marie, maybe something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think part of the reason I really liked it because like got to see it in the theater. But yeah, the one thing with him is he does almost like unlike his father, like he does sometimes seem like he's almost like indifferent like when he's in a movie. But but I do feel actually in Tenet it does work to his strengths. And the same thing with Black Klansman. It's like this kind of like the way how he delivers it is almost kind of nonchalant and but I do feel like it's given like he gives these performances with a purpose. And
Yeah.
Tenet yeah, Tenet is one that I did see twice when it was in theaters. Once on 70, had to drive down to Columbus for that.
Did
But
you do that in 2020?
it was it was
Okay.
because Ohio theaters reopened in like August, and
Okay.
then by probably by September, October, everything was back open here. And I know LA, you guys had to wait for a minute, um, just
Yeah, I
because
can't
so
even
many more people.
remember. Yeah, because I didn't go back till like March 21.
21.
Nobody was the first movie I went back to. But I know they did just kind of re-release it. I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
Yes,
And I'm real mad that I didn't go. And I know if we were in LA, I'm sure they probably would probably even play it a little more now, especially when the Cinematheques have their like 70 millimeter festival.
sure,
They kind
sure.
of do it like twice a year now. The big one's like actually going on right now. It's always in the summer. Um, but yeah, hopefully they'll play that again at some point because I would really like to go see that and actually get a movie theater experience with that
Yeah,
movie.
well, because that opening scene is amazing
It's so good.
when they're inside that auditorium. Now, for me, the first time I remember being a little confused in the middle, but I was satisfied with the ending. So it is it's one of those things that I haven't really like I bought it on 4K when it was when it first came available, but I haven't watched it since having it. And I know sometimes it's like why do I buy these things? And you know, it's just it's on the shelf, it looks cool.
No,
But
fuck
no,
that.
I
Because
should
now you
watch
have
it.
it, you know, and the one day that you do want to watch it, you're gonna go,
It's
oh,
right there. Yeah.
it'll probably be on HBO. No, I had to rent it the other night. I was like, it's not even on fucking HBO anymore because they're
Oh
probably like,
man.
because that's his last Warner Brothers movie too. So
Right,
they're probably at this
right.
point too. They're probably like, fuck him. And they don't even have it on. You know, they don't even have it on there. But then also like Seth Rogen made a movie around that time, that American Pickle movie, and
Oh
that like.
yeah.
And that
That's
was
hard
just
to
like
find.
that was
Yeah.
just yeah, like that was just for the HBO streaming, and it's like good luck. I don't even think
Gone.
that's on there
Yeah.
anymore. So that's why.
Oh,
That's why you own this shit if you can.
yes.
Because the day that you want to watch it is going to be the day like, oh fuck, all right, like, and I can't even get it streaming, or then you're going to spend $4 if you're lucky to rent it.
How much do you think Warner Brothers regrets not having him anymore? I
Kidding me?
mean, they're
These, this one and Oppenheimer, like they're missing out on over $2 billion at this point.
yeah. Oh, but yeah,
Um,
it is really cool. I mean, and obviously, even if the actors didn't get it, Pattinson clearly had a good enough time that he was willing to work with him again in Odyssey, and
but
I
he's the
think
only
like he
one.
seems to have a good rapport with a lot of the actors.
Oh yeah.
Now, I don't know about John David Washington, but maybe he'll show up in this next one.
Yeah, I saw them make a joke of like when Damon's like he's like how he got like the part in Odyssey. He's like, and then like Nolan's sitting there with him and he like names everybody. So he like goes through Bale and and he even mentions JD Washington and then like Nolan's like they all passed. And so that's like why Damon got it. So it was like and then Pattinson, I don't know if you've seen this in any of the interviews or whatever, but or read anything, but Pattinson's the only one that asked to read the script for Odyssey. Everybody else was just like, yeah. If no one calls you, you're just like, yeah. And I guess Pattinson was the only one. He's like, yeah, let me read the script. And I think Nolan was like, you're the only one that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, which is really funny. But yeah, dude, Tenet is yeah, like you said, even if you don't get it or like whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it is just like I think the story of like what's going on. I don't think that's the hard part to follow.
No,
You
no.
you just kind of get messed up of like, okay, like how's this all this like working forwards and backwards stuff. And I love that he uses the red and blue. Like, and especially because I just saw a new Refn movie. Like, I'm like, oh, like he's like going that route of like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, with the colors there. I don't feel like you get that a ton in Nolan movies
No, no,
with
no.
the neons. It's usually cold blues, and I mean, all of his movies look amazing. But man, I was just, it's awesome. It's just a fucking fun, awesome, cool fucking idea action movie. And it's just, I mean, honestly, it is brilliant. Like, again, to think of that, how the fuck do you think of that and make it that cool, make it that good?
Yeah.
I mean, Pattinson and JD are great together. Elizabeth
Becky.
Debicki, is
Yeah.
that how you say it? She's the one that she's also in Widows, right?
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Widows is a great movie too. But yeah, so I know her from that and maybe a couple other things, but mostly like Widows. Anybody that was in that like kind of stuck out. And then Kenneth Branagh.
Oh
Kenneth
yeah.
Branagh's an amazing villain in that movie or whatever you want to. I mean,
Yeah.
he's really awesome and just kind of terrible. Like kind of has that first scene with John David Washington. He's like basically telling him he's going to feed him his balls or whatever. And I'm just like, and I'm like, Tenet's still PG-13. So I'm like, oh, I was like, the balls on this movie, like they kind of got away. It's just, I feel like you know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
remember really hearing a lot of that in most PG-13 action movies. Like he's pretty and I could go on and on about Tenet and I don't want to make this one too long because we're gonna have a big one
Oh
coming up
yeah. Oh
in a
yeah.
couple of days. But let's get your let's talk a little bit about well, that was Tenet, everybody. Tenet's amazing.
Yeah.
I think we've talked enough, throwing nothing but Odyssey clips up for a week now, and the genius of Christopher Nolan. Uh, just buy Tenet. I got to keep watching it. I gotta, eventually I'm gonna understand it more.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is the same point I'm making of we went to the beautiful Nightlight.
Nightlight. Yes.
We went to the Nightlight last night,
You got your
and
old fashioned.
I did get an old fashioned.
I had a
Um,
great bourbon drink that was, I think it was called My Bloody Hell or something like that. It was pretty good.
yeah.
It was tasty.
Um, But yeah, we went to the Nightlight. The first time I saw it, I was at Cinemark because on Thursday it was kind of only playing there and a couple other Regals. I wanted to go to Nightlight to see it because I just
Sure.
know how, man, that fucking, especially that new second screen there where they play the newer movies. So, like I said, I saw Highest to Lows there, saw the invite now there, our Talladega screening, and then now this. And that's why, especially after seeing it, I mean, it was fine. There were black bars at the, Cinemark VV, uh, not at the Nightlight, baby. That was a fucking scope, and that movie is just cotton candy, fluffy.
Yes.
It's just so hypnotic and gorgeous to look at. Um, but yeah, so speaking of movies that you definitely need to like rewatch I mean, I think all of his movies are like that.
Yeah, I need to log it still on my letterbox because I'm still like unsure what kind of grade or like what kind of grade to give it because I can't deny that I was not I mean, I was definitely entertained by this movie because it's so hypnotic, kind of like it kind of sucks you in with its visuals and the score in that movie is
Ooh.
just so beautiful. I was looking up that, that composer is he worked with Brian De Palma a bunch,
Right.
especially did
It-
the score for Carrie, which is like
yeah.
super, that's always memorable.
And
But
he did Dress to Kill, I think, as well,
oh yeah, oh
which
yeah,
definitely fits this movie a little more. What's his name? Pino D'Agagio or something like that,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yeah,
So I read that in maybe the article I sent you about Refn today.
yeah,
Maybe it was that where he said this was the first one of his movies where he didn't have like any music in mind, and he
Oh,
always does because he's such, I mean, in all of his films, music is so
sure,
important.
sure.
But he literally just handed he knew, like, to him he also said, and that's in the article, that article, I forgot where it was from, Hollywood Reporter maybe. Anyway, not important. He said that this was his opera.
Variety, I think. I think it was
Oh,
Variety.
Variety. I think you're right. But this was his opera. He's like, I wanted to make an opera.
Yeah.
And he had these two separate stories. So like he thought of that Private K thing with like Charles Melton, and then I think he had this like father-daughter thing, which Sophie Thatcher ended up getting. So I think he just had these two separate stories, and he ended up just merging them and finding that like the Leatherman, the boogeyman, really, of like
Yeah.
what this movie is, and that was just like his way of just like melding these two stories together, which is everybody that's very polarized by this movie, I feel like, not that they would give a fuck if they were given this explanation that I'm like kind of giving right now, but that even makes it make more sense in a way of like what this movie is, because
Yeah.
it is just feeling, and as the kids say now, vibes. It's very
Yes. Yes.
um but it's abstract, and it's not just a straight like linear narrative, and if you've been paying attention to Refn, that's not what he's been doing for a while now.
Yeah.
Um, but it is like, but like, especially when I watched it the second time, I was like, okay, I was like, now I know what it is, and I know who the characters are and like their dynamics. I was like, this is definitely easier to follow, and I kind of know where it's going. Like, I still can't like fully articulate what it is, because I do feel like it is more of a feeling, an emotion thing, and it makes, and like inside of me, it fucking, like, I was like, last night, I was like, this wholly makes sense to me, and they're like, okay, explain it. I was like, well, no, fuck you. I was like, you get your own experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's what it kind of feels like to me. I mean, Rosa, is that her name, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we were talking to Rosa, man, she had some very interesting things to say.
Oh, yeah.
I
Very
wish we had her
thorough.
on here right now.
Yeah. No, I was actually I'm quickly just referring to the IMDb because just thinking about this movie, like the performances are really interesting because um, it's almost like he had them kind of like doing this weird like I don't know, like it felt dreamlike, and I
Oh,
have seen this compared to a lot of the sensibilities of Lynch, and and I think I've read in one of his interviews that Lynch is one of his heroes, but I feel like each of the actresses, like those three main actresses, kind of like understood the assignment, and especially Havana Rose Liu, I
oh,
thought was really like the standout of the three. Even though actually, that Christine Froseth was like, I mean, she was on another world completely, just so out there. But Sophie Thatcher is just somebody that I've been watching. I really like Yellow Jackets. It was like one of those shows that my wife started watching, and then I became more invested than she did. But there's just something about her delivery in this, and um, the journey that she go like this emotional journey that her character goes on in this film. I thought was really really compelling, even if I couldn't like exactly follow everything. And I think maybe, I mean, you obviously now having seen it twice, I feel like if I watch it again, maybe I will pick up on more things. But I think you even said this last night when we were talking with Rosa, that you know he basically mission accomplished. He made something that made us like talk about it for a half hour afterwards, and even thinking about I'm still thinking about it today because like I still don't know exactly how I feel about it in general, but I will still give it a heart because it's like can't deny that it's something that it's making me think, and so I
right.
I have to bow to him
Yeah,
then.
no, and I think that's all that kind of matters in something like this. Like like probably because of the my algorithm, and I've posted a video already on her private hell, like start seeing this shit on Instagram and TikTok where how and I'm seeing I actually today I saw a couple positive ones. I was like, okay, it's listening to me. I liked it.
Yeah.
But for the most part I was just seeing all the polarizing stuff. And at least one of the girls I saw talking about it, she goes, I get why people like it. At least she said that, because then like every other one, and even with her, like it just felt like they were just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, and I saw someone's comment like, is it like Madame Web bad? Or, and it's just like if you, I'm like, how can you even, you can't compare, like this is actual art. Like this is, I mean, like not to say that the other it's all subjective anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, come on though. You can't compare like a comic book movie that's not doing something like art. Well, again, these are choice words. I'm trying
Yeah.
not to, but you know what I mean. Like the, there's just something way more going on in a Refn movie than probably. And don't get me wrong, I didn't see Madam Web, so but just comparing it to any type of actual, even like mainstream type of like corporate movie that was made, like this ain't that. So to these people that are just like eating it up, like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't, and it's just like, and I was like, I get it, like not for you, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But don't just be like, this is like, this is not even, you need to see more fucking movies if you think this is the worst thing you've ever seen. But then that also you kind of get a glimpse into their taste, that they don't go off the sidetrack of, you know, more, abstract, or like, do they even like David Lynch stuff where, like where
Right.
you could follow something a little more in Blue Velvet, but that will also cross your fucking brain, like just cross all your fucking
Yeah.
wavelengths.
I mean, I can completely understand why certain people may not this may not be their cup of tea,
For
but
sure.
don't it's like don't deny the artist who, clearly has a vision. It's not going to vibe with everybody, but, if it's like I'd put this one up against, hell, probably like, more than like 50% of some of the other films that I've seen this year that are, that just engaged me so much, like just thinking about it afterwards. So,
Yeah.
I, at risk of sounding like repeating myself, but it's just like, you gotta like give hats off to him for creating something just so original and out there.
Exactly, and that's, and to even jump back to Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, like that was also wholly original. At first, I
Sure.
did think, I was like, oh, is this a book? I figured it was a book, and I was like, oh, someone actually wrote this. I was like, cool, because this, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, more of this, like
Yeah.
I just feel like, just in the era that we grew up in of the 80s and 90s, like all those movies were just that. I mean, like everybody's got inspirations from whatever, but it's like it wasn't just based on a book. Like it was just like, yeah, here's some fucking weird
Yeah.
whatever. Like, just even something as silly as like Demolition Man. Like that's not a book. And then someone just like thought of that. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Good luck, and then Refn just, here's her private hell. And
Yeah.
I gotta say, man, like especially, I mean, I liked it the first night. I was definitely very far more confused. But same thing. It was like how many times I watched fucking Only God Forgives in the movie theater. Or I was like, I gotta go see that again, because I was like, what was this? What was that? Because like he also like does these cuts where like specifically this one too, like something happens, and oh my God, those two girls who were the guides in the movie, they're incredible. That's
Yes. Oh
definitely, and the
yeah.
one that's like doing like, that's definitely more of like the Lynch kind of stuff, like
Yes. Yes.
in a way, when she's doing all that shit. But at one point towards the beginning, so I forget what scene it cuts to, and then like it's them outside, and she like points to the sky, and you just kind of see this pink thing flying, and then it just cuts to like inside of a spaceship. So the first time I saw that, and I'm sure maybe you, I was like, holy shit! I was like, are we like really with aliens right now? But he's just
Yeah.
cut, he's like literally cutting to a whole new uh a moment in time, and it's the girls working on the movie, and it's just like, you know what I mean, like he doesn't hold your hand, you don't know what's like coming next when you, and it just like, I feel like it almost just throws you for a loop too. You're like, what, where am I now, like what is
Right.
this? But and again, after you've seen it once now, and now that when I watched it again, I was like, ooh, okay. And it was the same thing, man. I've been doing I've been piecing them together since only God for, I mean, even Drive, like he doesn't hold your hand. Like it's just like, this is what's happening. This is how this happens next, next, next. And it's not traditional, you know, it's
Yeah.
not traditional at all. And that's what I love about him. I mean, I mean, he's a true artist, man. The guy's aw and he's actually a really funny guy. I mean, I think you would think, I mean, these girls bark at each other for like, you know, there's like a good like 20-second scene where they're just kind of barking, and you know, I've seen people lose their shit online about that too. But it's
Oh
like,
yeah, that's
it's
gonna
just,
show up. That it's gonna be on like
it's
TikTok at
funny.
some point.
It's
Yeah,
funny. Oh,
yeah.
it's already on, dude. It's
Oh
on
yeah.
Twitter. It's on. Anyway, I love it. Now I was like, yeah, I'm in love. Like, it's definitely a movie where it's just like, it's just gonna be one of those nights. It's like, throw that fucking like, you know, cotton candy neon soaked fucking movie on, and just let me watch these gorgeous people and these rip open murders.
Yeah. No, I one of the reviewer, because like I kind of went down like a YouTube deep dive on the way home. Because I just like to like listen to a lot of things while I'm driving. But I think one of them said this is going to be one of those films that plays at every gay bar, like on a loop. I was
Uh,
like, hey, you're not wrong, probably.
awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I'm like I was explaining when we were sitting there talking last night. It's just like, you know, it's just, I just, at the end of the day, it's also not about like, what was this about, and like what, like how's this it's like, no, it's like, it's dealing with themes, it's dealing with Sophie's trauma on that. And then I do love the, you know, Sophie's looking for her father, you know, daughter looking for father, and then the other story is, you know, father looking for daughter. Like, I love that, just like that parallel of that. And you know, the boogeyman Leatherman is like what brings this all together, like that folklore, I think. Isn't that kind of like what Rosa said? It's like this myth, like Johnny Thunders, her father. Johnny Thunders like
Yeah.
sits everybody down. It's like story time, and like tells you the myth of the boogeyman. That's what it is. And it's just, I mean, it's cool. And it's a giallo. You know, he got Pinot, and it's a
Yes.
giallo.
Yes.
Anyway, it's a good time. This is probably, now we got another hour long thing, and we're gonna have like a 3 hour Miami Vice episode. So that's what we're doing next, everybody.
Yes.
We got I'm gonna watch it tonight, because tonight, which is July 28th, is the 20th anniversary of Miami Vice. This is one of my favorite movies. Michael Mann is just my favorite, one of my favorites ever. But our next episode, episode 30, it will be. It's going to be the 20th
Appropriately.
anniversary of Miami Vice. Holy shit.
Mhm.
And they're going to make a new one that everybody's going to love way more, because this movie got so polarized when it came out. But it is very much considered, like, people love this movie now. And now that we're at year 20, pretty exciting. We're gonna have a
Yeah.
couple guests. It's gonna be fun.
This is gonna
It's
be
gonna
fun for me because I have not watched it since I saw it in the theater. So
that see, I think so. I think that's gonna be cool, especially with the two people that I'm bringing on. Like, we're big Miami Vice heads. We're big Michael Mann heads. My buddy Styles was like, I have so many notes. And he was, and I shouldn't have told him. I should have like let it happen on the show, but I was like, I got the bomb dropped on me that Mike said he's only seen this movie once. So that's actually going to be awesome to have your dynamic with us, that, you know, hopefully we turn you into a fucking Miami Vice head, Miami Vice
Yeah.
2006 head. All right. So look forward to that. Fucking Tenet. Fucking Tenet. Miami Vice. Mr. Cleveland Film. Thanks for always joining me, buddy.
Absolutely. See you next time.
That's right. Miami Vice, baby. 20th anniversary. Episode 30. Getting real, Cleveland. Good night.